Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Oh my goodness, it's Ashley. Yeah. Do your dance. Do your dance. Do the millennial dance. Do your dance. Flip your hair. Oh yeah. There you go. Hey, Ashley, welcome back. It's been a while.
I know. How have you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How have you been?
Oh my God. Listen.
Yeah.
I'm doing the most adult thing I've ever done in my entire life.
And what is that?
I'm buying a house.
Oh, I did that. Yeah. That's pretty adult. And
I mean, what do I do with it once you get it?
Make the payments.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
See what happens when you become a rich YouTuber?
No,
That's what happens. You start buying houses. Next you'll be like digging for a pool and wondering, where am I going to park all these Lamborghinis? Yes, Ashley's channel has been very successful. Yeah. And if you haven't checked it out, please do. There's a link in the description. Tonight on the show, it's going to be a drone extravaganza tonight. We are going to talk with someone who is staying up extra late. Her name is Ewa. I cannot pronounce her last name because it's very Polish and there's a C next to a Z, and that just ain't right.
No.
But we're going to be talking to her, and we're going to bring Russ from 51Drones in. We're going to talk FAA rules and the whole YouTuber-y stuff, and got a lot of questions that are going to be answered.
I love Russ.
Plus, shenanigans. I've got plenty of shenanigans planned for you, young lady.
I don't know how I feel about this, Ken.
Well, the first shenanigan is about to happen right now. As I bring in this shenanigan, Ashley will tell us a joke.
Okay. Oh, you thought I wasn't ready. What do you call a dinosaur that is sleeping?
What do you call the dinosaur that is sleeping?
A dino snore.
And a couple of these. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Bringing in the first shenanigan for Ashley.
Oh, no.
It's a big surprise. Come on. Don't look at the screen. I know you can see what's going on. Don't look.
No, I can't see. It was just me, you, in the chat.
Oh, my goodness. Hold on.
Okay.
Where's this person? This is kind of anticlimactic. Are you there, person? Well, I will have to call this person back.
Oh my God.
Wow. Ha. All right, this person.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, well, anyway, so...
Can I look again?
Yeah, you can look again. Lots of prizes to be given away tonight, including... I got the eyeballs. I got the Freewell filters. And I've had this Mavic Mini. Oh, wait. Here's the person right now. Hey, welcome.
Kelly!
Ashley!
What are you doing, buddy?
What are you doing, Ashley?
Chilling with my Christmas tree. What are you doing?
Well, I got my close
Ric Flair.
personal friend Ric Flair in the background. He stopped by. He usually visits for Christmas.
Yeah.
I heard you were sick, Kelly.
Still am.
Are you okay?
I'm getting there. I'm definitely better today than I was a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Everybody was worried about you. Can dogs get COVID?
Scooby's been right up in my face for 2 weeks, so I guess not.
Wow. So I don't think I've known anybody too personally that has had it. What is it like? Take us through that.
I'll take you right through it. So 2 weeks ago, I woke up on a Saturday morning and felt really sore and body ache. And I had worked out the day before. I thought I didn't work out that much. Oh, well, I guess that's just part of the aging process. And then like 2 hours later, it hit me. I was on the couch shivering. I was freezing to death. I had a fever of about 101, and I thought, man, this is it. I've got the COVID. So I went and got tested the next day, and then
And you had the COVID.
had it. And then it swept through our office. We have 8 people in our office. Within 4 days, 7 of those 8 people had tested positive for COVID. That's how fast it went through our office. And we're never there at the same time. It's a real estate office, so the agents come and go, and we never.
But that's what happens.
Together.
That's what happens with offices. People become complacent. You know, they're like, oh, well, Fred here, he looks healthy, you know.
Yeah.
But you can look healthy and still have it. I'm
Right.
so
And
sorry
we
that
social
happened.
distance at work. I mean, our offices are all spread apart, and we never. I say never. I guess we obviously did. I was going to say we never come in close contact with each other, but I guess we did. So that's how fast it can spread. Today I'm at about 85%. I feel pretty decent.
And how many days did this knock you out for?
Oh man, a solid 16 days.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I had fever for 9 days straight.
What?
It got up to about 102.7 was the highest it got.
At any point
No.
did you feel like you needed to go to the hospital? Almost.
I never did. I was worried, stressing that it was going to go to my chest, and that's when I thought, okay, if it goes to my chest and I start coughing and having trouble breathing, that's when it's going to get bad. But it never got to that point. I developed a slight cough along with the body aches and fever, but that's about as rough as it got as far as the chest and the congestion was concerned.
Did you
and the breathing.
did you keep breathing in to make sure you could?
Yeah, I mean, a couple times I woke myself up at night because I could kind of hear myself breathing. I thought, uh-oh, here it comes. It's getting worse. But it never got bad enough to where I thought, okay, it's time to go to the hospital.
Is your fam okay?
Krista had it. She lost her. It's weird how it affects different people. I mean, you're all suffering from the same thing, but it affects different people in different ways. She lost her sense of taste and sense of smell, but never had a fever and had slight body aches and slight cough. So
Did
it's just
you
weird.
lose your taste?
Never did. I never did.
You've never actually had taste because you can look at your bedspread and just tell that.
Oh my God!
Hey, come on, that's funny. I don't care who you are, that's funny right there. All right.
What was that?
But hey, who's your buddy? Who's your pal? Who sent a nurse to take care of you?
We got to talk about Ken for just a second.
Okay.
Quite possibly the best friend I have and will ever have. He sent Nurse Goodbody back there to take good care of me, Ric Flair. And then he did something I didn't expect. He told me, kind of gave me a hint that Ric Flair was coming. But then I go outside and open up my mailbox one day. He sent me a handwritten letter.
I haven't done that in 15 years. It's in cursive or longhand.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to decipher it?
His handwriting is horrible.
Oh, terrible. I couldn't remember certain letters. I had to go online. Alexa, how do you write a capital I? You know, I couldn't figure it out. Show everybody show everybody my terrible handwriting.
It's bad.
Look at that. You want me to write you a prescription? Ashley, you're a millennial. Can you write in cursive?
I can't. I can write in cursive, but my brother, who is Gen Z, he cannot.
Oh, so you can write secret messages.
Yeah.
Cool.
To all you old people.
Well,
so for all the people who think Ken's an egotistical, self-centered son of a gun, he is that. But deep down, deep down on the inside, he's a good guy who cares about his fellow man.
You know me, and thanks for that picture of you in the flare.
Yeah.
When I saw that on Instagram, I died.
I told him I was sending a nurse over to keep him company.
Should I read some of the handwritten letter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me get appropriate music here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get some here. All right.
Dearest Kelly, will you go with me? Yes or no?
No.
Check
Hold
one.
on. That's not. I didn't think that letter went through.
Ooh.
I sent him 2 letters.
That's the wrong letter.
One was private. One was private. No. You know, it's weird. I even wrote the address in cursive. My mom, who still writes everything in cursive, said to me, she went to the post office and handed the letter to the guy, and he said he couldn't read it because it was in cursive.
Are you kidding me?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how the machines will read cursive. Anyway, I can get into a whole thing about cursive, but Kelly, you need to get your rest. We appreciate you hopping on very quick and letting us know what's what.
I'm gonna go snuggle with Nurse Rick, and it'll make everything all right.
He's gonna get paper cuts in the best places.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh, Rick, you pinned me again. Thanks, Kelly. See you, bud. All right, let's get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's head over into the drone newsosphere and see what's what with Jeff Sills.
Hello.
Hey, Jeff, welcome.
How you guys having did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was all right. Spent it here by myself,
Good. All right.
Yeah.
So tonight's drone news is brought to you by GPC Custom Drone Cases, providing you with the highest quality professional cases, so your investment is always protected in the air, or when it's not in the air, especially when people are dropping things in the other room. Custom cases are also available by request. GPC, designed for life. Be original, be blue. Use discount code TNL10 for a 10% discount on all your purchases at goprofessionalcases.com. Link in the description.
Yes. And as always, right after the news, I've got 3 of these GPC SD card holders to give away, and we're going to do it with the dial-up modem game. Ashley, do you know what dial-up internet is?
Well, I lived out in the country for a long time. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I give her credit on that one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good dial-up impression.
All right, so to warm things up, last week we shared with you the idea that possibly, maybe, DJI might be considering, making an FPV drone. Our UK correspondent, Geeks Fana, has more information for us on this.
It seems like DJI might have a new year present on the way for the drone community, codenamed Flash, which will be coming to retailer shelves in the new year. 2020 has been a busy year of releases for DJI, and now we are in December. I think it's time we looked to next year. There's been a lot of talk recently and a few allegedly leaked pictures showing an FPV drone. Certainly this would fit with the codename Flash and would potentially be a nice release after the Mini 2 and before the big release next year of a Mavic 3 drone or whatever that project ends up being released as. Looking at the DJI official Twitter page and a recent post titled Pit Stop gives us a dramatic look at a sports car being readied for the circuit. Could this be a hint at the project codename Flash? It certainly feels like something a skilled FPV pilot could capture with banking turns, although why the pit team are loading drums onto the roof is a bit of a mystery and could be a hidden message in itself. It will be interesting how DJI deal with the regulation side of things. We could see an FPV drone released, already built by a manufacturer, under 250 grams, that could be a great little flyer in terms of regulations both sides of the pond. But that still doesn't deal with the issue in terms of goggles and spotters, etc. Also, how do they intend to deal with issues such as crash and repair? That also interests me, but that is a fight and a conversation for another time. It would appear that the drone manufacturer, who has so expertly handled launches and leaks so far, could be building up to bring us something even more exciting.
I can't wait. This is going to be really cool. Although it does look like somebody left an Inspire 1 in the dryer too long, doesn't it? It's a little...
Well, I mean, he has a good point, though. I mean, that is a really nice, pretty, case and everything all wrapped around that drone. But, you personally know the fact that FPV drones tend to require a lot of maintenance, a lot of repair. You hit things with them, they crash a lot. So I would be very interested to understand how DJI plans on tackling something that attractive being mangled a whole lot.
Yeah, this will be a nice go-between. Because I think diehard FPV guys will be interested in it, curious, but this is more for people who don't like building themselves. Because part of the joy is building these quads from the ground up yourself and changing motors out and doing things like that. And if they're not maintainable by the user, that's going to be a little bit of a non-selling point for certain part of it.
My opinion is this is DJI, and they love to make drones that are flyable, that you can safely fly, and that you can enjoy flying. I would hazard a guess that there will be some technology in this drone that will make it easier for people to fly.
Here's what I predict. I agree with you. Here's what I predict. I predict that you will have switchable GPS, that you will be able to switch GPS off at any point and fly acro.
And some leveling, I would imagine it'll have some leveling assist, etc. So
yeah, and I'm already 90% sure it's going to have a one-axis gimbal. I've heard talk of that. And for those FPVers out there, you know that the angle of your camera is important when you move your quad. So if it levels out, or if you can adjust it on the fly, that'd be really cool. So looking forward to that.
All right, so next in the news, and Ashley, this one's a little bit for you since you do movie reviews.
Okay.
The movie Contact with Jodie Foster and the movie GoldenEye with James Bond and Pierce Brosnan had the Arecibo radio laboratory in the movie. It's this huge, giant dish that they use to study the space, and it's down in Puerto Rico. On August 10th, it had an accident. One of the cables broke that holds the center of the device, and it fell through and broke the dish. Now, they were working on trying to come up with plans to be able to repair it. They were also working on plans to potentially demolish it because of safety reasons until...
Clearly.
Yeah, until they had one little problem on December 1st that kind of answered the question for them.
Yeah. Don't you think that this would have made a great skateboard park?
Oh, man.
Oh, right?
True.
Do you think anybody did a skateboard on that thing?
That would be sick.
I would hazard a guess a lot of times.
Ashley, am I too old to say words like sick?
No, you can. It's totally hip and rad.
Yeah,
it's sick and wicked.
I heard that when people over 50 use a word, then it's kind of ruined. Like if I were to say, "Oh, that's lit, yo." Man, that is what do you call sick?
Sick.
And get off my lawn. All right.
All right, so yeah, if you guys missed it, December 1st, the rest of the telescope collapsed.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah,
that's tough.
So they'll have to film a sequel to Jodie Foster movie somewhere else.
Yes.
Contact 2.
Well, my personal feeling is that because that particular location is perfect for what that dish was doing, I would love to see them build a new one. I really would.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are traveling across the world, if you're going to different countries, one of the most common questions that always gets asked in chats and things that I read is, hey, I'm going to such and such country. What are the drone laws? What can I do? What I can't do? What are the restrictions, etc.? And it's always been very subjective. Luckily, if you had somebody in the chat that lived there, they could tell you, etc. But Surfshark has decided to remove all doubt and map it out. So they have a website available to you now that you can go, and it has the laws in nearly, not all of them, but nearly every single country. And it tells you the rules, the restrictions, what you can and cannot do. This is an incredibly useful tool, especially for those of us that travel and do that shoot drone footage in various places. So if you're going to be traveling, which with COVID, it probably is not a big deal. But if you're going to be traveling in the future, this would be a highly useful tool for you to answer those questions before you leave.
Yep.
That's really cool because earlier in 2020, before 2020 happened, Blake and I were planning to go to Cancun again. And I was looking high and low to find information on their drone laws down there. And I ended up, well, the trip ended up getting canceled, but I could not find it. So anyways, that makes me really happy that there's one central place that people can go and find most information. That makes me happy.
All right. So next in the news, Westport Police Department in Massachusetts had been called by a family who was concerned about one of the members of their family being suicidal. And they asked for assistance from the police department to be able to find him because he had actually turned off the phone, and they were concerned about his welfare. So the police department sent up a thermal camera-equipped drone, and after a thorough search was able to locate the man in safe condition and be able to get him the assistance that he needed. He was located in a local wooded area. And so that's yet another positive use of a drone by a police department to be able to help somebody out.
Yeah, and it was just a regular
Nice.
old Mavic, wasn't it?
Yeah, from what I understand, it was just a very, very simple drone.
There you go. Good stuff.
Nice.
Drones are awesome.
Now, we have showcased Ruben Wu's photographs in the past on the show, and he has brought out another set of epic photographs that he's taken using a drone and time-lapse photography. And some of these things are just absolutely amazing.
Wow.
He's able to sit there and superimpose rings and things over objects. The Utah landscape was his big thing for this particular photo shoot. And what was really cool about some of the photographs is because the drones had lights on them that were pointing down, not only do the rings illuminate in the sky, but if you look on the ground is illuminated in the exact spot as well, which then makes the halo effect even more pronounced.
Yeah, light painting is a fascinating aspect of time-lapse photography. I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah, but you got a Lume Cube and you have the equipment. You should give it a shot sometime.
Yeah, I'll try it if I have an extra day somewhere.
Okay. So those of you that live in San Diego, the Office of Homeland Security was building a relationship with General Atomics and discussing the possibility of implementing a Sky Guardian drone in the area. They were going to use this particular drone for catching speeding drivers and other traffic infractions.
Whoa. You mean a military drone?
Yes, this was a 12,500-pound, 79-foot wingspan drone.
Whoa.
For
Camera
traffic?
attached to it that they would use to read license plates.
Okay, and if you're a habitual speeder or violator, they send the Hellfire missiles down on you. Or what do they do with that? That's
I have no.
Yep.
I mean, the simple fact that they were deciding to work with a defense contractor to catch speeders was probably the best part of this story. Now, of course, this plan I think has pretty much fallen flat on its face.
good.
And is not going to be something that they go into. But just the simple fact that they had the interest to use that type of drone to catch speeders.
Yeah,
which-
I mean, there's
how much that thing costs.
I mean, well, just not just that, but people already hate drones. Imagine if you look up and you see like a predator shaped in the sky. That does not give you confidence. That makes you worry. Like one escaped from the base. We got a rogue
People in
drone.
the chat are saying I would ride it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's certain shapes of vehicles that you just don't want to see out and about. A Predator drone is one. A Porsche shape, another. Because there's a douche driving it. Oh, come on! I'm just kidding, Porsche drivers. And I know Europeans are gonna be like, no, it's Porsche. I know. Sorry, my bad.
All right, so
I'm just
the
kidding.
French Navy has received 2 unmanned underwater target vehicles, the SEMA Mk2 underwater target drone. This is designed to replicate a submarine, and it gives off the signals of the active and passive acoustic signatures that they can then use this particular drone to test the ability for them to be able to hunt submarines. So the destroyer would then launch this, and they would run simulations to try to attack this particular drone using helicopters and other equipment available to them for the ASW warfare.
Look at that thing.
Wow.
And what's really cool is that it's completely autonomous. Once they release it, there's no wires, cables, anything like that attached to it. To retrieve it, a guy stands on the deck and with a receiver will send out a signal that will then force the drone to come back to the ship where they can retrieve it.
Wow.
So much
Truly
technology.
an amazing piece of technology to use just as practice. I was really impressed with what they had done with that.
That looks like it could be. It might just be. Let me take another look. Yes, that might just be a force multiplier.
Yeah.
You've got a force, you got to multiply it.
Force multiplier.
Force multiplier, because you want your situational awareness.
Man.
All right, so Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania recently had a 70-mile-per-hour storm go through, damaging wind gusts. In the Montgomery County, Pennsylvania area, there was an EF0 tornado that touched down, causing extensive damage to homes and businesses in the area.
Drone footage capturing the trail of destruction after an EF0 tornado quickly touched down in Montgomery County late Monday afternoon. The National Weather Service confirming the fast-moving storm blew through businesses and homes in Montgomeryville, just east of Bethlehem Pike.
It was a rumble that traveled straight across. It really shook. It did sound like a freight train.
But Tina Lesser was inside the Costco just as the tornado began to weaken. She documented some of the damage.
Really, something right here in Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania.
Most here say they have never seen anything like it and hope not to anytime soon.
It's pretty scary, to be honest with you.
Not to take anything away from that woman, but anyone that says a tornado sounds like a freight train does not have any imagination, because I was blocks from a tornado, and I can tell you, it sounds like God wants to kill you. That's what it sounds like.
Is it really?
It's terrible. It's so frightening. It will change your life. If you ever see a tornado in the realsies, I almost crapped my pants, for real. I was coming. I'll tell you very briefly. I was in Lincoln, Nebraska, Tornado Alley. This was in like 19 something. No, it wasn't. Yeah, no, it was. Hell, I don't know. I'm so old. It all blends together. But I was coming out of a radio station once, and somebody stopped me. They said, "Hey, whoa, Ken, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going home." And they said, they just did this, and I turned around. And it was coming straight for it, and everybody was in the shelter, and then it got within a block of the radio station. I'm telling you, I did not think freight train. I live 2 blocks from a freight train. You hear it go by sometimes on the stream. It sounded like Satan wants to put things in your butt. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like just the worst thing that nature could do to you. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fantastic. I'm glad to understand.
I'm sorry. I think I broke Ashley. Sorry, Ashley.
Yeah, we're gonna stop talking about butts now, and we're gonna move on with the news.
Yes, please.
So, search and rescue drones have become very, very useful, as we've shown previously. And one of the companies that has been working with this has been developing an AI system, because one of the problems that...
Whoa! Sorry.
Yeah. One of the problems that you have when you do a search and rescue is that you're limited to what you as the operator can physically see. So if you look on this video, on one side is what you would be able to see, and on the other side is what this AI technology is able to see. And the AI technology is able to look through the trees, and then using the logic, it can see the bodies, it can see the outlines of the people, it can find the thermal signatures. It can use the logic so that what you may fly over using a thermal camera and miss, this AI technology can then go and extrapolate after the flight and help you be able to see, say, an injured person who's not able to signal you or something to that effect.
That is awesome, man.
Yeah.
What great technology for search and rescue.
Yeah, it is going to be very cool. And they use UV light emitters on the drone to help augment the thermal imaging.
Would you also be able to detect sunbathers in Jethro's backyard? I know you're spying on me. I know you're spying on Ermengarde in the backyard. She got her new two-piece today, and she wants to show it off, you know. She thinks she's pretty.
When you put it like that, you got to.
She's kind of a butterface, but she's proud of her body. And I know you're spying on her. You never heard the term butterface before?
No, my dad. Yeah, I've heard butterface. I just wasn't ready for you to say it.
Sorry.
Oh God.
Ashley gets me a little anxious. Please continue. You make me extra silly, Ashley.
No.
And by the way, before we continue, I want to thank Rob Mueller for becoming a new member. Trying to get at least 10 new members tonight. And then, you know, when you become a member, you get that cool little emoticon next to your name. Yeah. What were you going to say, Ashley?
Saying I gave a shout out to Greg Fisher, who also became a member a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Did we miss any? Craig. Oh, sorry, Craig. Oh, geez, my bad. And L. Smeghead with a 5-pounder early on. We'll pound it. And Rafael Galinsky with a 5er. And, I don't know how to say this person's name. I do know that they're Polish. This is actually the person that suggested our guest tonight. Ewa. Neo Grandiz. See, you're putting those C's next to the Z's, and I just can't. On my American mouth, I can't do it. But thank you. And Philip, who gave us a $5 super chat. Thank you, Philip Koshat. We've been super chatted. There's super chat all over the walls. Thank you. Trevor Fuss. Let's make a fuss for Trevor. He became a member as well. And Metro Drones, I just saw it. $20 super chat. He says, happy TNL droners, happy holidays. And Mr. Zaith Zev, what's NOK? I keep forgetting. Is that, what country is that? Philippines?
NOK? I don't know.
NOK. But anyway, we got 50 of those. Hey, keep up the good work, he says. And Mr. Zaith Zev became a new member as well. So what is that, 4? 4 out of 10?
And actually, another one just came through. Recovery Own Drone.
Hey, welcome. All right, so we're halfway there. And Metro Drones yet again with another $20. Thank you, Metro Drones.
Wow, Metro.
Metro, you're the best. Until the next super chat comes in, then they're the best.
All right. Researchers with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration have identified for the first time in quite a while a new species of ctenophone using a high-definition footage from a deep-sea drone. This is the first time in history that a deep-sea drone or a drone of any kind has discovered new life, new species.
The vehicle was making a move up a slope. It was rocky. We came upon this gelatinous animal just above the seafloor that looked very different.
Keep a steady pace.
Ctenophores are comb jellies. They have these rows of cilia combs. And when they pulsate, the light refracts back. And
Look
it's
at
a
him!
prism kind of light effect. And so when you see that, it's your instant clue that this is a ctenophore. But it was unlike ctenophores I've seen before.
Let me get a little closer.
We were lucky on the dive. We actually got to see 3 different animals in 3 separate occasions. And on that second observation, we got a fantastic zoom on the high def. We saw lots of detail. After the dive that day, one of the first people I contacted was my friend and colleague, Alan Collins. Alan is an expert in jellyfish.
When I thought this thing, I just thought, that is so weird looking. It's like a party balloon, only instead of sort of having one string hanging down, it's got 2 little dangly bits, and on each of those dangly bits is a tentacle. I've never seen a ctenophore like that before. I thought that there was at least a possibility that it was a new species.
Pilot, can we turn on the lasers?
Is that really cute? Ashley, you're making that adorable animal face. Yeah.
Look at him. They went down in the dark because he is shy, and they found him, and whenever him moving, he lit up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cute.
And who wouldn't want to party with a jellyfish expert?
Oh,
You know, honestly, when I heard that, I was like, here I am. I am a secretary at a radio station. And here we have jellyfish experts out there. Like, what am I doing in my life? You know?
Well,
But you know
Wow.
what? Ashley's
you need to look for a man that'll find you something 2.5 miles underneath the water.
Ashley's reaction to cute animals is exactly why Ashley's nature clip is going to be super fun tonight.
No,
if you're not
I
familiar,
don't.
if you're new to the stream, Ashley's Nature Clip is a fun contest where people have been sending in these clips from nature. Usually it involves some kind of poo or an animal eating another animal or something, but ultimately it is all about nature. And tonight we'll play the game with Ashley. And this one, Ashley, you might need therapy afterwards. If you want to send in your clip, send it here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. All right.
Well, before we get to therapy, there's a few more super chats we could shout out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Leonard Oglesby, $5.
Thank you.
Ken, all of those C's and Z's are silent, so the name is correctly pronounced Smith.
Yeah, okay. All right. And Jenna C. Hey, Jenna, for Henry, a late birthday present.
Aww.
Yeah, my little doggy had his 15th birthday December 1st.
In that picture you posted on Instagram of Henry, I stared at it for like 5 minutes, just looking at him.
Yeah.
I was like, look at him.
I thought you were staring at it for 5 minutes because, I was in it, but Henry's cute too.
No, it was definitely for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thought. My feelings aren't hurt. That's you, Jeff.
All right. So December 1st, the National Disaster Response Force in India was called out to help rescue a 55-year-old Indian woman who had been stuck in a flooded river, the Kaudinya River. And essentially what happened is that the house got surrounded by the expanding river, and it washed away all of the surrounding areas so that they weren't able to reach the house. The woman was trapped in the house. Her husband had come back and found out that she was still stuck out there. They used the drone to go out and first check and make sure that she was okay. Then they used the drone subsequently to do health checks on her, to bring supplies if she needed it. They even caught footage of her cooking food through the night as they worked on trying to come up with a safe way of being able to rescue her. So the drone was extremely useful in being able to maintain a constant vigil on her safety to make sure that once the team was able to then send an inflatable craft or a boat out to rescue her, that they knew that she was there.
That is cool.
Wow.
Yet again, another great reason for drones to exist in the world.
Wow.
All right, so 22 seconds of your life to watch an epic FPV drone footage.
Enjoy.
No way.
That was cool.
Wow.
Would you do that, Ashley?
What is that called? Base jumping?
Yes, those are base jumpers.
I tell myself every year that I'm gonna like go skydiving or something, and then I don't trust anything that much.
Good.
I don't trust.
Good. Don't do that.
To give credit where credit is due, the footage came from Nikolai Anishenko, and the group that was jumping off the cliff was a swamp-based crew. And what was really interesting was the fact that an FPV drone is one of the, I think, only drones capable of being able to fall with these guys to capture this kind of footage. Just really amazing to sit there and essentially get the sensation of falling with them.
I would fly the drone.
Oh yes.
I wouldn't jump off the cliff.
I would jump the base.
You would?
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I don't know what Texas is like. Me and you, Ken, when COVID's over, we're going down to Texas. We're getting Jeff. I'm jumping base. Jeff's going to be taking pics with his photography drone, and you're going to be FPVing it.
Okay.
No, I got you one better.
Yeah.
I actually know a place here that does parachuting, and so we can take you right out there, and you can do parachuting.
He called your bluff.
I know exactly where to take you. I know the people to do it with, and trust me, they are the best in Houston.
And I tell you what, I'll take it one step further. I will be there on hand with my phone. I will dial 911, and hover over the last one. I'll be ready.
Perfect.
All right.
Good.
Yes. All right.
All right. So we have done multiple stories about drones that have been developed for specific cases, military drones, etc. One of the things that we never really hear about, though, is the success of some of these drones. The Navy recently has released information about the MQ-8C Fire Scout, which was an unmanned helicopter that they were using to be able to work with ships, etc. And it literally is like a giant Bell helicopter, just remote. And unfortunately, they have had a cornucopia of mishaps with this. The aircraft has suffered more than $2.5 million worth of damage. The incidents that they have had with this thing have all but completely canceled any future scout flights with this thing.
How much again?
$2.5 million or more.
And this is probably due to its autonomy. They could have paid a dude. They could have paid a dude $1 million to fly it.
No.
I'm just saying.
There's 10. There's several different mishaps with this. The first one, it crashed on final approach to a designated touchdown point. The next time, it became unresponsive and was, I guess, essentially flew into a high power line or something like that. Then the rotor blades came into contact with the ground during one of the flights. They haven't discussed any possible reasons as to why this drone has had so much problems. But needless to say, I don't think it's going to be moving forward.
Yeah, how much money does the government need to waste before they realize, hey, you know what? maybe something else.
Yeah, I think they might find something a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, and on a military, I guess, note, the next one I think I like. This one is really good. So the United States Army wants to launch drone swarms from behind enemy lines using high-altitude balloons.
Okay, hold on, Jeff. Hold on. This story I knew you were going to do, so I got some special music to play under it. You just keep on doing your story. This is music for the story about the balloons.
All right, so they're working on developing a network of high-altitude balloons that would fly in the stratosphere, and it would be able to launch swarms of unmanned aircraft that could be configured as loitering munitions, also the suicide drones that we've seen. The lighter-than-air vehicles would be configured to act as a sensor platform to be able to collect intelligence from the drones and other surveillance.
Keep going, Jeff.
The Army program is something that are actually working forward altitudes.
99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. Panic bells, it's red alert. There's something here from somewhere else. The war machine springs to life, opens up one eager eye, focusing it on the sky. 99 red balloons go by.
Bye.
Please continue, Jeff. Please continue.
All right, so it's going to be flying at altitudes ranging between 23,000 and 66,000 feet above the Earth. And this is part of a larger MDSS network that they're working on trying to develop that is going to bridge the gap between traditional ground-based and aerial-based communication platforms.
99 is the distant street. 99 ministers meet to worry, super scurry. Call the troops out in a hurry. This is what we've waited for. This is it, boys. This is war. The president is on the line as 99 red balloons go by.
Okay.
Please continue, Jeff.
Continue now?
Yeah, please.
All right. So the drones would be fired from these unmanned aircraft in swarms, capable of carrying out what they call ISR missions, or act as loitering munitions. It's called the
99 Knights of the Air, ride super high-tech jet fighters, Everyone's a superhero. Everyone's a Captain Kirk with orders to identify, clarify, and classify. Scramble in the summer sky. 99 red balloons go by.
Are you done?
Jeff, why do you keep stopping? Like,
yeah,
I'm just
man.
trying to get
Keep
through the
going. What are you
news.
doing, bud?
Okay.
Keep going, man.
Oh.
You got
One
any more?
last time.
Got any more information about this, Jeff?
Yeah, this particular system is going to be a very real possibility. There is a good chance that we will see them develop this to be able to carry out strikes on targets in areas that these particular balloons
99
can be deployed
dreams
to.
I have had, and every one a red balloon. It's all over and I'm standing pretty in this dust that was a city. If I could find a souvenir just to prove the world was here, and here is a red balloon. I think of you and let it go.
Jeff, we're still waiting on you to finish the story.
Yeah, what's up, Jeff?
Oh, no, I'm done. I'm done. That's it. Thank you very much. You guys want to read any more about it? Look at yourself.
Okay. Tell us about our sponsor.
Our sponsor is Go Professional Cases, GPC, designed for life. Be original, be blue. Don't forget discount code TNL10 for a 10% discount on all online purchases at goprofessionalcases.com.
Yes, thank you very much, GPC. And thank you, Jeff. And we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Bye-bye.
You're a very patient man.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
Oh, that Jeff, he's got the patience of Job, doesn't he?
Jeff, he's such a good sport.
Jeff is awesome.
We have a new member, by the way.
We do? Who do we have?
Bird's Eye View joined the Heron Birds.
Awesome. Thank you very much for doing that.
Looking to see if we missed any super chats. Artco said $5 super chat. Said this is for doggy treats for Henry. Happy birthday, Henry!
Aw. Henry's spoiled.
He really is. I love that little baby, that little muffin. C. Bob White, $2 super chat. Said came here for Ashley. Hello, Bob. That's so nice. Robert Green, a $2 super chat, said, I'll even fly Ashley myself. Oh, when we were talking about base jumping.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
Bird's Eye View. Mr. Zaith. Mr. Zaith Zev with the NOK $50. Norwegian police recently adopted the DJI's Matrice 210 for use in SAR during festivals for crowd control and traffic accidents.
Thank you for that update, sir. Appreciate it.
I think we're caught up.
All right.
We're done.
Awesome. And now it's time to give away 3 of these GPC SD card holders. As you can see, I've got some SD cards in there. And you can shake it and they won't come out. And you can drop it and they won't break. It's cool, isn't it? All right. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it with a contest that Ashley knows nothing about. No. She says she does, but she won't be able to do this. This is the dial-up modem game. All right?
Okay.
And you haven't seen this before, Ashley, have you?
No, I don't.
Okay. So this will divide our audience between older and younger. People that know what dial-up and have used it and are from that era will have an advantage. And those who won't. All right? All right. So I will play. I'll do one now. And the first 3 people in the chat to correctly identify who this person is will win the GPC SD card holders. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It is the dial-up modem game. Let's start Windows XP. There it is. There it is. Now, we're not doing Pick Me. So the first 3 people to correctly identify as our slow internet connection draws the picture Ashley, this is how we used to have to download our porn back in the 80s. It was agonizingly slow.
Well, you'd be done by the time it reached the good stuff, right?
Yeah. Now, no hints, Ashley, if you know who this is.
That hair.
You know who that is, Ashley?
Not for sure.
Really?
Really?
Okay, we have. Wow. Oh my God! I think we have some winners, and we have some incorrect people that thought that was her brother. That is Janet Jackson.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
I mean, that was gonna be my guess, but like I didn't know that for sure. And you want to know what gave it away?
What?
The nose.
Well, they all have the same nose in the family. I think they got a group discount on the noses. But yeah, people saw the eyes. Oh, that's Michael. Nope.
What? People saying Prince.
Yeah. So I guess Ashley, the chat's going kind of fast, so I'll have to go back later and see who won, unless you know.
You sure?
Do you know?
Well, if I scroll back when we started playing.
First three people that said Janet Jackson will win. And incidentally, make sure your chat is in live chat and not top chat, because then YouTube will mess you up there.
Somebody said Cyndi Lauper. Get out of here.
Same era.
Close.
Different,
Mr. Smith.
Different nose.
Mr. Different nose. I see Mr. Smith with a Janet Jackson.
Okay.
And I'm in live chat, so I scrolled way back.
I'll double check later. You want to play another game just for funsies?
Yeah. Hit me with it.
Okay, this one is just for you, Ashley, because I think most people in the chat will get it.
Oh, no.
But I think this whole thing will draw, and you will not know who this is. All right? Here we go.
Already nervous.
Round 2 of the dial-up modem game. Eva is standing by. We'll call her here in a minute. She's standing by in Poland. We're going to call her in a minute.
The funniest intro I've ever seen.
Yell it out when you know it, Ashley.
I love this music, by the way.
That's 80s music.
This is taking forever.
Yeah. That's the way I had, like I said, man, the lotion would dry all up before the image would be drawn. Very frustrated. Because I would get.
I don't know who this is, but if your lotion was dry by the time this loaded, you have other problems.
I was very dry at my elbows. I would get very dry elbows. Any idea? See, I told you. Everybody in the chat knows it. Everybody. What is the chat saying? Who are they saying it is, Ashley? Feel free to cheat.
What is an ALF?
What is an ALF? Millennial.
Cyndi Lauper. What is ALF?
If you don't know who ALF was, Google it. It was a horrible show. It was a horrible show. There was a slight nod. Tell me if you can see this. Can you see Ronald Reagan in there anywhere?
Oh my God.
You can,
actually,
can't you?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. There was a little bit of Ronald Reagan in that show. It was a weird show, man.
Whoa.
Yeah. What?
DJ Grady coming in with a $50 super chat.
Whoa! Stop the show, TJ Grady. Thanks, man. What does he say?
He said, "Make it up for missing a few weeks."
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you miss a few weeks, that's just our policy. You have to large super chats if you miss the show. I didn't know if that's a rule. You know,
back pay.
I don't make the rules. I just enjoy them. WHM3.
I look forward to TJ's sunrise and sunset pictures every single day on Facebook. I have to say that.
He's really good. He is.
He is really good.
And WHM3, watch your cat. Watch your cat. Does your cat climb your little your Charlie Brown Christmas tree back there?
She don't climb it, but she do eat it.
Okay. All right. I have to ask you, Ashley, is tonight being lubricated by wine or any other alcoholic beverages?
It's a little spiked by some Trulies.
Okay. And is there any alcohol in there?
It's 5% alcohol per volume, so not that much. Let me tell you something about this.
Tell us.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot of alcohol, but like it's enough that I wouldn't light a match, you know?
Are we best friends? Ashley, you're my best friend, aren't you?
Ken, let me tell you something. Let me get real close to
Yeah, tell me about it.
Ken, me and you, buddy, we're
like this, aren't we?
We're best friends.
I haven't been drunk that many times. Probably in college a few times, but I remember having a lot of best friends when I was.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're gonna talk to 51Drones, Russ, and he's in I forget which Dakota he's in. I think he's in North Dakota. I think it's the northern of the Dakotas.
I think so too.
Yeah. He's up there with all the snow. Those South Dakota people. I mean.
Poop them.
So we're going to talk to him about some FAA stuff. I've got some great questions, some issues. And also, we're going to talk with Ewa here in just a minute. She's standing by in Poland where it's like probably 3 a.m. And I apologize. But first, gotta play a viewer video. I've got a few of these tonight.
I'm so excited.
This is from El Smeghead. Yeah, our buddy in the
Love
UK,
that guy.
El Smeghead. He says, Ken, Max Air 420 says, I should send you my latest video to play on TNL. As he says, it's awesome. His words, not mine. Okay, well, let's check this out. He said, I filmed this a couple of days ago to use in an upcoming vlog. It's the most crappy looking lighthouse ever constructed and sits on Cherbourg Point by Telegraph Bay on the southeastern tip of Guernsey. Music is epidemic sound because, as you know, Ken, if it's not epidemic, it's crap! That's their slogan. So, let's check out this refuse of a lighthouse. Way to sell the video, right?
I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that is look at those rocks, look at that water, look at that sunset.
Yeah,
like,
beautiful.
Beautiful. And then you have like this little wet fart of a lighthouse.
Right. It's like plunking a turd down on a pile of gold.
They could have made something beautiful there.
Yeah, they had a missed opportunity there. Hey, how much money we got for a lighthouse, Frank? Well,
$5.
We got $5. We can buy some cinder blocks and maybe a green door. All right, they wouldn't sound like they're from New York. They'd be like, look what we got. How many quid we got for a lighthouse? Sorry, I was doing the wrong accent. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. That was a crappy lighthouse. Thank you, El Smeghead. Hey,
That little baby lighthouse.
feel free to send your crappy videos here. Ken Heron upload at gmail.com. Make sure
that it was a beautiful video, by the
was.
way, El Smeghead.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you include your music source because YouTube will get their panties in a wad if you don't use the proper music. The proper music, of course, is Epidemic Sound. Free trial links in the description.
Mm-hmm.
No more copyright strikes, and they have sound effects. And remember, if it's not epidemic, it's crap! I made that up. One day they're going to be like, we'd appreciate it if you wouldn't say that anymore. Until they do, I'm going to say the hell out of it. Now,
Keep saying it.
there's one more thing that I have to address while it's just me and you. Then we're going to call Ewa in Poland.
Okay.
And that is, I want you to answer a question.
Oh, God. Okay.
And that question is, what in the ever-loving hell is this? Ashley, what? Here's the sound that I think is being made. When I see this, there's a sound that plays in my head, and that sound is all right, let me explain while she catches her breath. Very often, if you have any kind of success on your YouTube channel, you're going to want to go back and check out all the videos you have on your channel, because the more people that watch you, the more people are exposed to your earlier stuff. And what I like to do from time to time is go to people's YouTube channels and see what they have at the bottom of their barrels. And so I am happy to share with you Ashley's very first video. This is just a clip. And
I'm so excited.
There's no explanation needed. Just enjoy this.
Gotta shake, shake, shake. Keep shaking. Yep. Just to get a little droplet. Here we go. Is it? Here we go. And too much there. Well, that's okay. We'll just rub it in with your finger again. Very sophisticated. I'm a beauty guru. Maybe it'll match my skin. Oh, and here's where I realize it doesn't. Too late. Let's go. All right. So just like we did with the primer, you just take your finger and you rub it
all over
everywhere.
your face,
Probably
baby
shouldn't
girl.
sniff it.
Here comes my favorite part.
But yeah, we just my hair got
Here comes
stuck
my
in,
favorite
but
part.
We just pull that away and we just keep dabbing everywhere. And this is where I realized I forgot my concealer. Oh, I said a bad word. All right. Well, too late to worry about concealer. Let's just blend it into our neck, put some little dots there and there, and grab the beauty blender. And now we pat, 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 pat. And pat 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 pat.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That's a lot of padding. Ashley, do tell, girl. Do tell.
I do it every morning. All right. Oh, Lord. So that was when I have some friends that are really good at makeup, and they were entering the James Charles giveaway. He was giving away all this makeup. It was like $5,000 worth of his merch and makeup, and I was so sick of seeing it. So I decided that I was gonna make mine using my $3 drugstore makeup, and that's it.
That should have been your thumbnail. And so, as a dude that has a channel that appeals to mostly dudes, I a couple of years ago, before COVID, wanted to appeal to a wider audience, namely people, the holders of the estrogen. And so in an effort to bring them in, I collaborated with a makeup tutorial person. And I don't know if you've seen this. This gives me nightmares to relive. Have you seen this, Ashley?
What?
Be warned. You cannot unsee this. Enjoy.
Hello. I was looking at my analytics for my channel, and I realized something. It's a freaking bachelor party out there. Look at this. It's about 99% dudes compared to, like 1/3 of a woman participating on my channel. So I thought, how do I fix it? What's the problem? Then I realized, I'm not pretty enough. My eyes stick together when I blink.
You're not very good at wearing makeup, you know that?
Well, that's good.
Hallelujah.
I think every dude should go through this at least once in their life, just so they can appreciate the opposite sex. I'm gonna have so many 18 to 20-year-old girls watching my channel now.
How pretty do you feel right now?
I feel pretty stupid.
All right, let's go.
Lips?
Look at you.
Creepy, isn't it?
You know what? I would hit on you at a bar.
Depends on what kind of bar. The best part's coming.
All right. Is that it?
We'll call it it.
Okay, here's the big reveal. No! No! Where's the baby wipes?
Over there.
Well, that was an adventure, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It still is.
You're trying not to look at me, aren't you?
It still is an adventure.
I appreciate you taking the time to try to help
Look
my
at
channel,
you,
which is
kid.
really what we're doing. I'm trying to be more appealing to the ladies, but what I think I've done is I've scared away all the men. So I'll be left with just pretty much my mom and a blind cousin.
Well, maybe there's a plus. Maybe they'll feel sorry for you.
That's right. I'll get the.
And they'll notice that look how hard he's trying. Look what all he's going through.
That's right.
For us YouTubers.
You know, you've really put the nail on the head,
I'm
man.
just saying.
I really appreciate it, buddy. Come on, bring it in. Give me a hug.
Okay, that's
Come on,
okay.
come on.
No, that's okay. I don't need no hugging on that.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for
Oh my God,
unsubscribing.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago, and I still have nightmares about that. Your thoughts, Ashley?
You know, honestly, with a wig on,
No, don't even. Don't even.
Ken, let me put you in drag makeup.
No, no.
Let me put you in drag.
No. That will not be happening. All right. Let that wash over you. Let that wash over you as we bring in Ewa. It's a hard act to follow, Ewa, but we're going to bring her in. Here's Ashley with a really funny joke.
The really funny joke. What is fast, loud, and crunchy?
What?
A rocket chip.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
What did the gamer say to her sweetheart?
What?
You had me at Halo.
That's pretty good. That's probably the best joke I've heard her do.
All right, you want to know? Okay, I got another one then. I
Okay.
got to show her up.
Okay.
What did the teddy bear say? Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert?
Why?
Because she was stuffed.
That's pretty good. But thank goodness Ewa is here. Hey, welcome to the show. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So sorry to make you follow my my makeup tutorial.
Actually, it was so funny, and I'm amazed how you look in the makeup, and I didn't suppose it's gonna be the funniest 3 o'clock in the night.
Yeah, I'm sorry to make you wait. Yeah, what? I know what. You're in Poland. What part of Poland are you in?
Let's say it's central, maybe. It's a town. It's a city called Toruń. So it's like 3 hours from Warsaw, from the capital.
Okay. And I want you to know that I appreciate you speaking English, but
yeah.
I think I learned how to say hello in Polish. Let me give it a go.
Oh yeah, go on.
Cześć.
Oh, what was it?
Cześć. 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 Let me. Oh wait.
Polish,
How about
Polish is very hard.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry. Okay.
What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean?
It's good morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that one right, huh?
Yes, that was correct.
All right.
Super.
And I will mess up goodbye in Polish when we're done. So
okay.
and that's all I got. So you have a channel on YouTube, and it's pretty cool. And
thank you.
You fly drones, and
Yes,
you're a photographer. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yes, for many years already, I work as a filmmaker. a little bit. I do also a little bit of photography, but mainly I make films, and it's mostly short films. You know, some commercials for companies, mainly for small companies in Poland, from many different kind of businesses. So yeah, and I fly drones. Yes.
What is the state agency that would be equivalent to our FAA? What is your equivalent to the FAA?
I don't know if I understand the question. To be honest.
What governing body that you have to, the rules that who makes the rules for you to fly in Poland?
It's Urząd Lotnictwa Cywilnego.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
See?
Isn't that what you were saying, Ashley?
Yeah, I was just talking about the Ushba, the Digalachiba, and I was like, their rules are just wow.
What is it like to fly in Poland? Is it easy? Is it a lot of hoops that you have to jump through?
I don't know if you can read it, probably not, but it's when you pass the exam and you get the some document that you have to carry with you, and that everybody knows that you are allowed to fly.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's kind of like our.
And this is the name of the Urząd Lotnictwa Cywilnego. Whatever.
I wouldn't be able to say that if my life depended on it. I wouldn't. If somebody said learn Polish or that's it for you, I'd be like, okay, I'll get my affairs in order.
It's a tongue breaker. Yes. It's very hard. It's very hard.
So
one of the hardest languages in the world.
Did you have to pay money or to get that license to fly?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And is there similar rules, like you can't go over a certain height and all that kind of thing?
Yes, of course. It's it's mainly like 120 meters is like safe space to fly, because higher there's some small planes flying, and what do you call it, the parachutes or whatever. How do you call it? I don't remember in English, to be honest.
Oh, that's fine.
120 meters. It's
okay.
Yeah.
And the general
maybe 150 or something like this. Yeah, but it's better to stay lower.
Right. Well, of course that applies all over the world. But people, the general public in Poland, are they okay with drones? Do you still get looks? Are people angry about them?
You mean not the community, but the people like living, and when they hear the drones and everything?
Yeah, I mean, have you ever run into any problems flying anywhere for work? Or...
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. I mean, I fly drones maybe 1 year now, and before I've started, it was like everybody was interested. Oh, something is flying around us. Oh, what is it? You know?
Yeah.
And now it's like people know that there's a lot of drones, and sometimes it's annoying to them, especially when you go and look what they have on their balcony or something like this. So,
all right.
So yeah, they go mad. So
yeah.
But if you fly safely and you're going with the rules, it's fine. So yeah.
I would say that most Americans couldn't pick Poland out of a lineup, and that doesn't say anything about Americans, but it says more about our educational system. Yeah, Ashley, what is draw Poland? What just off the, yeah, what does it look like? Yeah, you're wrong. Okay, so I did a little bit of research. I know what Poland looks like. She's got a picture of it.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Show me Poland.
Yes, let's see what it looks like.
I'm prepared. So here we go.
The
red one. Here, the big one. You see? Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was working on.
Yeah.
We are next to Germany. We are between Germany and Ukraine, let's say.
What kind of things do you have in Poland as far as landmarks and beautiful things and Like mountains? What do you got? Forests?
Oh
What-
yeah,
to-
Poland is actually, we are lucky because I think we are lucky because we have everything. We have connection to the seaside. We have connection to Baltic Sea, amazing sea with nice beaches and very sandy. During the summer, there's beautiful weather, and everybody goes like, "Yeah, let's head to the seaside." So to swim and rest and have a sun bath and everything. And we also have a lot of mountains on the other side, on the south part of the country. Yeah. So, I'm here. Oh, you cannot see what I'm touching the tablet. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's pointing.
To see that happen on the end, and I saw it coming when her face lit up. I was like, she's about to point.
Yeah, well, she pulled an Ashley for sure.
Yes, but I must say something. I know. When you were showing some old stuff, like Al, the one that looks, with the face.
Oh, right.
With the game. I know Al. I remember it on the TV. I was watching it a long time ago when I was very young.
You see, Ashley, you have no excuse for not knowing who Alf was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to share very quickly some of your video. This is one. Now,
Okay.
Some of the titles, of course, I can't read because I'm not smart.
Yeah, don't worry.
But,
it's
yeah. So this one, I think you shot with a Mini, and this is a cinematic art video that you did.
Oh yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about what we're seeing here?
It's a river, Wisła. It's the main river that goes through Poland, and I've actually experimented a little bit with the footage because I was interested how how can I make different shapes and use the interesting footage to change it a little bit and make something like
Wow.
art, let's say.
That looks like a cappuccino.
Yes, it's a little bit like experiment, let's say experiment. But I think it's interesting, and Mini did good. It was my, I don't know, maybe 5th time with the Mini this video. So yeah.
How high up in the air were you for this? Looks like you're pretty high with it.
It was actually different high each video sample, but I think maybe 30, 50 or something. Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's like a kaleidoscope in real life.
Yeah.
There's links to
Cheers, guys.
Eva's. Yeah, cheers to you. There's links to everything for her.
I'm having a little bit of whiskey, to be honest.
Oh, that's good. That'll keep you up. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit worried because I start my job in few hours, so I don't know. I cannot put too much in it.
Are you gonna stay up, or are you gonna take a nap before you go to work?
Maybe a little nap. Yeah.
Okay,
maybe another drink, then the nap.
There you go.
Then...
There you go. We won't keep you too terribly long.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm
okay.
awake. It's okay.
Now you've gotten into FPV recently.
Oh yes, yes.
Let me share.
It's a great story.
Yeah. You wanna tell us that story? How did you get into it?
I mean, I was actually getting a little bit bored with the Mavics because let's be honest, they fly themselves. If you already know how to move the, what do you call them?
The controller?
Yeah.
how to use the controller and the rules, how it flies, it's easy after that, you know, and it's getting repetitive, let's say. So I was interested in having some more fun and then trying something new. So yeah, FPV looks to me very interesting, and I think it gives you a lot more opportunities to take cinematic footage, you know. And I'm very like, oh, I want to make this. I want to be able to make like pictures and maybe not pictures, but the videos like you know, somebody's jumping and you can fly around him, and it's very Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
looks
have
amazing. And you are totally not able to shoot it with Mavics or the Mini or Mavic Pro even, or some other drones, even like I don't know, Inspires or something, because they are slow and even they are fast, but you cannot move that much.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more creative freedom, it seems, in certain points. I have a video from you of you doing some FPV here.
Yeah, but actually that was very fail FPV, the first one. Yeah, because that's not this one.
No, I didn't want to share. I didn't want to share that one. I didn't want to share. We talked about that earlier, but I didn't want to. Yeah, but I mean, everybody has their learning curve, you know.
Okay.
But
so that's not the fail one.
No.
Thank you for being so nice to me.
You bet. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. But what is that you're flying near? What that stadium in the background? It was like
I'm sorry?
It looked like you were flying near some really cool building there.
Oh yeah, it's what do you call it? A place they go the motocross. What do you call it? It's zhuzel in Polish. I have no idea how do you call it.
Oh, the old zhuzha. Yeah, I got the zhuzha.
Oh,
yeah, we got it.
I love going to a good zhuzha on the weekend.
Who does it? Who does it?
That's where I spend all my free time.
It's motocross racing. They go around
the dirt track.
Yeah.
That's where you and I met, Ashley. You and I met at the old zhuzha place.
Sometimes I go back to the old zhuzha and I have a couple of these.
Great. I got a couple of liquored up ladies to deal with. Hey, I want to play another one of your videos. Now you have the Bumblebee from iFlight.
Yes, I do.
And I
have it here.
Okay. Yeah.
Cute.
And I have one of those, and mine has been in pieces often. I've had to rebuild that a couple times.
This one is also a little bit broke as well, but I've fixed it.
The bumpers on it, if you're a newbie and you get a cinematic drone with bumpers on it, you think, oh man, I can ram into anything, you know, right? You're like, exactly. Green light. Yes. So, but that is not the case because carbon fiber is fragile. But I'll share a little bit of her Bumblebee video here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that thing is so cute!
Isn't it?
Stop.
Yeah, it's a precious little muffin. Is that a 4S or a 6S battery?
It's 4S.
4S, okay. Because they come in two flavors. I have the 6S, and it seems with the 6S, with a little bit more power, it seems to crash better.
So you recommend it?
Yo, I recommend it, yeah. But now this is the camera from the DJI system, and you have
it's, you know, it's the lowest bitrate actually, because I didn't it's 25 megabits per second, and I didn't change it to 50 because you're able to have 50 megabits, you know,
right?
You know, because you fly.
yeah.
So it's the lowest, yeah.
But you can see here the kind of shots you can get with a Cinewhoop.
When you were a beginner.
No, you're doing a lot better than I did. I was.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Oh, gravity was not my friend. In fact, I will share a video of me.
Let's see you.
Yeah.
When you were a beginner.
I'll show you the first time I crashed my Bumblebee, and I did something that you should never do as a new FPV pilot. You should never fly over water.
Oh no.
But I, being a GPS drone pilot for years, I was like, I could. This just a little yellow thing, no problem. So yeah. So here, enjoy this. Now the question is, can I get back in the bridge and come back the other way?
Oh no, Ken, no.
Mm-hmm. Should I try it?
Up to you, man. I'm not gonna encourage you.
This was not my fault, by the way. Yeah, I'll go back the other way and come through. I blew out an ESC doing this. Watch. Oh no! Is it on the bridge?
It's on the other side of the bridge.
But is it in the water?
I don't think so.
Oh!
almost pooped my pants.
Yeah, right? I thought for sure, I'm watching in the goggles, I thought I'm going to see a fish swim by in a second.
I got so nervous for you.
Yeah.
Was it windy?
No, I was.
Okay.
Here's the truth. The truth is, I was flying it like a regular 5-inch. You know, like a race drone. You can't fly cinewhoops like that.
Yeah.
And I was maneuvering it.
It doesn't turn that way, you know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I overdid it and blew out an ESC. I don't blame the drone. I blame me.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have one more thing from you here. Now this is something that is this a promotional video or something?
Yes, actually it was a video I've sent for one competition and I won it.
Ooh.
It's really good.
It was like, yes, I won it. It was for the place I was born in a different city than I live. And they made this competition to show the area nicely to promote it. So yeah, I was driving around and trying to shoot some nice footage, and this is it. With me talking Polish. Jab, 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 jib, jib, jib.
Is that you doing a Polish impression for us? That was very nice. Yes. What do you use to edit?
I'm actually working with the Premiere Pro.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I recommend.
Yeah.
And people ask me all the time, what's an easy editing program? And I say, well, don't start with easy. You want to challenge yourself. You don't want to get to a point where you know it all and then you want to do something that the program can't do.
Yes, especially, I work, let's say it's a few years now, and I make money from filmmaking. So you have to be professional and you have to use professional tools, and of course it's expensive, but it's worth it.
Yo, that sunset at the end.
Yeah, it was really good. Hey,
that was a good sunset.
Do we have any Polish people in the chat?
I think they are, yes.
I've seen a couple of people say. Now, something else that happened in the chat that I don't think y'all noticed is I made a little official poll about who had better hair.
Did you just do a poll? See what I did there? See what I did? Now, I know I saw somebody saying that that Effa has better hair than me, and
She did win.
I can't argue that.
She won.
Yeah.
When Ken sent the thumbnail, I zoomed in. I was like, oh my God. Her hair is flawless.
Yeah, look at that. And it's 3 a.m. there. If you can have hair that good at 3 a.m.
That is also what I said. I was like, how does someone look that prepared and that ready at 3 a.m.? And everybody was like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
I think that it's because of whiskey.
Yeah. That's the key. So I'm going to start.
She's not really Polish. It's the whiskey.
I'm going to start shampooing in whiskey. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So
that's how it works, Cam.
Well, hey, thank you for taking time to talk with us.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure, and it was so funny.
I could talk
nice
to you.
To see you.
Forever.
See you both. Nice to see you both having this funny chat together, and I'm amazed how you both have this chemistry and the way you joke, and it's great to see, So
go on.
You both. Yeah. And also, I like you with the makeup, so you have to do it more often.
I'm in therapy to try to forget that.
And I was about to mention that I know the balloon song.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know it. Actually, I don't know how to sing it, but I don't know if it's originally in German.
It is.
Because I know it 99 Luftballons.
Yes.
99 Luftballons. Yes.
Yeah, I can sort of sing along with the German in American version of breaking the German language, but I'm not going to do it.
But I love the song too. I love the song. So it was really nice to hear it.
Well, it's good to have you on, and
3 o'clock during the night.
I hope that we can talk to you again sometime. Will you come back on the show again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and there's links in the description to her website and her YouTube channel. Please, everybody, go and subscribe.
Yes, come on, subscribe, learn Polish, and I will show you more usual and everything.
Yes, yes. Yes, tell when you chat in on her channels, just say zhu, and she'll know where you came from. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can guys come over and ask me questions in English, and I will try to answer. So let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, someone I think one of your friends over there, someone you know in Poland, suggested you to be on my show, and his request was in really bad English, and then I was like, then I checked out your channel, it was all zhu, and I was like, okay, well, I'll reach out to her anyway, and turns out everybody over there knows English.
With my super duper English.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
We'll talk to you again soon.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Good night. Enjoy your whiskey and your nap. We'll see you later. Okay. Bye. Well, how about her, huh?
Before work.
She was fun.
She's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
I want to be her when I grow up.
I want to get more people on the show from countries that English isn't their first language. There's so many people out there doing interesting things.
I know.
And we just don't know about them because, you know, we're dumb Americans.
True. And there's like a whole world out there that we can't even wrap our mind around. Like the videos you showed of hers, like Poland is beautiful.
Yeah. You know what?
Wow.
Iran is beautiful. I've gotten some videos from Iran. So if you haven't sent in a video yet, if you're one of those countries that us Americans don't know the shape of, send it here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Remember, include your music source, because if it's not epidemic, what is it, Ashley?
It's crap.
There you go. Yes, it is. All right. Do we get any other super chats that we got to pay attention to?
I'm gonna be real honest. I was so intrigued by her. I haven't checked the super chats in a second.
Got one from Ben T, who's been giving us plenty of super chats. $5
Ew.
Donation towards a new bedspread for Kelly Green. Yeah, that was pretty bad. What was that, like zebra pattern?
That's so funny.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to make his wife mad. His wife picks out all the bread spreads. His wife dresses him. Did you know that? She lays out his clothes.
No.
Yeah.
Now hold on. I know Krista, and honestly, I would let her dress me.
Yeah. Well, she owns a clothing store, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ribbon Chicks is beautiful. It's a beautiful store, and she's a beautiful, like her sense of style.
Yeah. If your wife owns a clothing store, you let her dress you. If your wife is a proctologist, you let her. Moving on.
I don't know what that.
Yeah. Drone Obsessed Jerry, thanks for the $5 down payment on your first counseling session. Yes. And Robert Green with $2. Thank you so much. I date me, he says. All right.
Good for you.
And Legwork with a $5. Thank you, Legwork, very much for supporting the channel. When you sat in the closet drinking alcohol, talking to people you can't see, it's time to ask for help. Goodness, I think he might
not come for me.
He might be reaching out. Is he? Does he? Are you okay, Legwork? Do you need a hug? Do you need us to call someone?
You okay, buddy?
And Timothy Thompson became a member. How many members is that now? How many? Did we reach our goal of 10 new members?
7? I think we're at 7.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And Robert Brown. Hey, man. $10. And he didn't say anything, but I'm kind of I can hear you, man. You don't need to say anything. We hear you.
No.
Yeah.
I feel you.
She's an empath. Andy Harlan. Hey, Andy. Juice Newton. Yes. Juice Newton. Do you know who Juice Newton is? Is she still alive? I think she is. Angel of the Morning, Queen of Hearts. Anyway, moving on. Okay. We're going to play Ashley's nature clip, and it is truly horrifying. We'll do that here in a minute. But first, some viewer videos.
Yeah.
Right? And the viewer video of the week is really good, too.
I want to let you know this, and I know I posted it on Facebook. I don't think I posted it on Instagram. It's also on my YouTube channel. I was able to fly the Mavic Mini over my family farm when I went home a few weeks ago, and I'm actually using some of those still shots as like their Christmas presents because they had never seen, like the farm from the sky.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna put the images on their Christmas cards.
No, they're not watching because I don't know how to work the YouTubes.
Oh, okay.
But like I took some and I freeze framed like some of the big trucks that have our last name on it that says, Burton Farms, and then up above where it's looking down on the combine and the tractor. And so anyways, it was really cool that I was able to do that for my grandparents. And so I transferred the video that I edited together on a USB drive for them, and then some of the pictures and still shots I got from the video is actually going to be like some of their Christmas presents. I'm going to put them in a nice frame and
you're a good granddaughter. Now
I'm also going to get my Part 107 in January.
That's awesome. Now be sure when you include the pictures to the grandparents that you include this one. Ah! Speaking of Part 107, now that you brought it up.
Yeah.
RemotePilot101.com is a sponsor of this show. I hope that you will go to their website and tell them Ken sent you.
That's what I'm doing.
101.com. It is a great place to go and learn for your Part 107. Because if you want to make money legally with your drone, that's what you got to do. It's just what you got to do. It's just like getting a driver's license for your drone. Yeah. You don't want to get pulled over in the sky.
Nope.
Hey, buddy, where you going with that drone? You don't want that. You want your license to fly. Go here and check out. Oh, my goodness. Look, it's Dreamy McDreamface. Jason Shappert. That is your instructor. He is a pilot. He is an author. He knows his stuff. And the questions that the FAA will give you, well, they're kind of tricky sometimes, so he will set you straight at remotepilot101.com. Use Heron18 for a discount. Heron18. No, that's not it. That's it. remotepilot101.com. Heron18 get you 30% off. Right up there, just like that. And you make that face, and you get 40% off. Thank you very much for sponsoring the show. Love you, mean it. RemotePilot101.com. And now here's Ashley with a RemotePilot101.com poem.
Remote Pilot 101. What can I say? But you're my hun. When I take to the sky and fly way high, all I know is Jason Shafford is my guy.
Yeah! Very good.
Thank you.
I knew you'd come up with something. I put you on the spot.
Oh man, I got real nervous because I forgot how to rhyme. I forgot how to rhyme for a second.
There's always something in the tank. Always something. All right. Oh, it looks like we got a new member.
Yeah.
What's Pikeville Drone Services? Hey, thanks for joining. Welcome to the Heron Birds. You're one of the cool kids on the block now.
Nice.
Yeah. Ashley, mind if I ask you a personal question?
Never.
Okay. Oh, you don't mind?
Oh, no, I never mind.
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
I see. Are you an innie or an outie?
Well, I'm a girl, so.
No. That's it. I'm out. That's it. All right. Stream is over. We're done. Glad I was wearing pants today.
I am an innie.
Okay. Speaking of navels.
I can't believe I said that. Filter was gone. All right, I am an innie.
Speaking of navels, I have a video of a naval academy.
Yeah?
That's not as funny as what she said, but we'll move on.
Sorry.
This is from Jeff. He says, "Hey Ken, thanks for such great content." I'm scared to look at the chat. I'm not even. Yeah, okay. Moderators, please moderate.
Please.
Thanks for such great content and entertainment each week. I enjoyed meeting you 2 years ago in Austin at Spin Up.
Cool.
Here's a video of the Naval Academy. and a few scenes of Annapolis the viewers might enjoy, all shot with my Mavic 2 Pro. All the best, Jeff. There you go.
Wow.
And I believe Jeff is an innie as well.
Oh, wow. Good for us.
Let me know in the chat. Are you an innie or an outie? Do you look like a regular person or like you're hiding bubble gum in your middle?
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What's that? What's that?
Are you an innie or an outie?
Oh, I'm an innie. I'm an innie.
Have you ever stuck your pinky in there and then like sniffed a little bit?
No. But once in a while I'll go digging for diamonds.
Did you sniff it after? Because
yeah, the human body crevices are, you got to maintain those. You know?
What's the big field for?
What's that?
What's that big field in the video?
Oh, I thought we were talking about belly buttons. Now we're talking about the video. Okay. I like the way your mind works. Welcome to the ADDHD show. The big field looks like it's for, I don't know, field stuff. I don't know. Let's talk about belly buttons. So, oh my God. I think I'm getting a contact drunk from you. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. We didn't mean to. I think you literally broke your microphone, Ashley. Give me a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. He has a PS. Okay.
Okay.
It says, great job reintroducing the landing ship tank to everybody. While on active duty in the Navy, I served on board USS Fresno. That is LST 1182. She's on a coral reef now. And Ashley, do you know what a LST is?
Yeah, they don't always go to the coral reefs, but sometimes his does.
Well, yes. It's actually the ship that many consider to have saved, to have won the Second World War.
Really?
Yes. LST is a landing ship tank, and they bring supplies and tanks and guns to the war effort. And
that's really cool.
Yes, and there's only one LST in the United States that's still running as a ship. The rest of them, and they made like 1,100 of them, and there's only one that's still going as a ship and is a museum ship. And in 2016, I was invited to film it with my drone. This is 4 years ago, and I'll share just a little clip of this. I'm very proud of it. In fact, one of my stills from a video was taken from by an artist to make a painting, and so there that is. And
wow!
And that is hanging. Let me see if I can't. That's hanging right over there. You can just see the corner of it.
Corner.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to share a little clip of the LST 325. It's an amazing ship, and the video is on my channel if you want to search Ken Heron and LST. I've got about 3 or 4 videos on this, but check this out.
The primary mission of the LST is to land artillery and tanks on an enemy beach, ready to fight through enemy opposition, to carry them long distances from their home port to foreign shores.
Wow.
In addition, they're used as lighters to unload transports and cargo ships where no harbor facilities are available. This ship is especially built and equipped for these jobs.
Oh, that's
Doors
cool
in the
shot.
bow allow a ramp to be lowered for unloading cargo directly onto the beach where, with its shallow forward draft, the LST may be driven. An elevator is used in lowering deck cargo to the tank deck, which is approximately on the waterline of the ship. The ship is equipped with a stern anchor used in retracting when the ship is loaded at the beach or unloaded on the beach.
I was really lucky to be involved with this. They go up and down the Ohio River, and I was actually in contact with the captain via radio. He was letting me know when he was going to pass by. I was on the shore, and that's how I was able to film the ship actually going in the water.
Well, I was going to actually ask you if you were actually on the ship or if you were somewhere nearby, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I was on the shore for the first pass by. I spent the night on the ship.
No way.
Yeah, it was awesome. Listen to this last part. This is the amazing part.
This is a flywheel that was removed from the starboard main engine in Mobile, Alabama. And you will notice that only about 2 of the 8 bolts that were holding that thing onto the crank of that engine remained intact. I point this out to people to suggest that there was an element of divine intervention involved in these men being able to bring this ship all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. The average age was 73 years. And this was the condition of the flywheel when they got to Mobile, Alabama. So I am convinced that that the Lord was with them on their journey.
Veterans from this ship who were still alive went to retrieve the only ship in the world, this one, in Greece. It was part of the Navy in Greece, and the country agreed to give us back this so we could restore it to what you see here. And these are some of the guys that went over there. Their age, they were the crew and did it across in that condition and brought it back to be restored. It's an amazing, amazing story.
That is wicked.
I was so glad and honored to be able to document this for them.
Wow.
Yeah. They actually sell that video on a DVD, I think, in their gift shop on the ship.
Yo, that's so cool.
Isn't it? That was probably one of my proudest drone moments. Anyway,
that's so cool.
So I've got some more videos, but we have Russ from 51Drones who has been patiently waiting. Let's bring him in because we want to talk a little bit about FAA stuff. So while we bring him in, here is Ashley with what's going to turn out to be the funniest joke of the night.
Oh man, now I just got real nervous. All right, what is brown, hairy, and wears sunglasses?
Alf. What?
A coconut on vacation.
Wow, that's what do you call that? That's called not good. Not good. That's what you call that. It's called not good. But thanks for the effort.
What was that little ding when you joined? There was a little tap on the microphone.
Everywhere I go, that announces my arrival.
Yes. Welcome, Russ from 51Drones. How long have you been sitting there watching this madness and just shaking your head?
Well, when Ashley talked about sticking her finger up into places, then I...
In my belly button! You have to clarify.
Yes,
Russ.
in the belly button. Yes. I don't think we need to clarify, Ashley. I don't think everybody knew that. Everybody but you. Russ heard that. He was like, okay, I'm unhooking the mic now. That's it. I'm not going to be on this stream.
That's right.
Russ, welcome. And I have to congratulate you. Your channel's doing very well.
Yeah, it's going well. Thank you very much.
And I think it's because of your snazzy new logo. Let's see that on your hat. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
You see that, Ashley? That is a professionally designed logo.
People didn't like it at first, and I think it's catching on a little bit.
Why didn't they like it?
Because they can't see the 51 in there. They just think it's just a square, but...
You can see the 51 in there.
The 51 is there.
I mean, it is kind of like the FedEx, kind of like the FedEx truck. You don't see the arrow until somebody tells you.
Yeah, right.
Ashley,
there's an arrow on the FedEx?
Wait, what?
Did you not know that? Okay.
Yeah, there's an arrow on there.
This is not real.
We're gonna blow Ashley's mind.
Also, look at me and Russ having matching Christmas trees.
You know what? I was watching and I'm like, I gotta go get my daughter's tree, so I just put this in.
All right, Ashley, you ready? You ready for your mind to be blown?
Yep.
Okay. Do you see the arrow between the E and the X?
Yo! No! That's an arrow!
Yeah, that's called negative space usage in graphic arts.
Negative space usage.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he says negative space and points to his head. Yep. I agree.
Perfect.
So let's get into this before the stream gets 10 hours long. Had a few questions, and you addressed this on your channel. I'm gonna read an email that I got from Electronics Web Ring, but I have to get a sound effect ready. Okay. All right.
I get nervous with Ken and his sound effects.
Hey, Ken, question for you and Johnny Dangerously. It's actually Johnny Victory. That's my buddy. That's his real name. He's from the Memphis FSDO. And I got a letter from Johnny Victory. And every time I hear his name, I hear that in my head. He said, I noticed a video the other day from XJet, and he mentioned the new YouTube partner agreement. And it's not optional. Now, the YouTube partner agreement now states that they can monetize, but they can show advertisements on non-monetized channels, right?
Right.
Okay. Now he goes on to say, but with YouTube taking non-monetized channels, and it will add commercials and keep the revenue. But here is where the question comes into play. Let's say Jimmy uploaded some drone footage of him in nature having fun as a non-107 pilot, but the average hobby flyer. Suddenly, after his video was up for a few months, as he set it to no ads, suddenly YouTube puts an ad on his video. He makes nothing, but wouldn't this then put the video in furtherance of a business, which is the language that the FAA likes to use? The government in general likes to use that. And then in a technical violation since he's not Part 107? That is a good question. Your thoughts on that?
I think the FAA is going to have to figure it out with YouTube, and I don't know. I think they're going to get a free pass. The creators are not going to have to be concerned about it unless we start to see a slew of, the FAA contacting people with aerial footage with commercials or ads on their videos, and or I guess we're kind of starting to see that a little bit now, but. There really hasn't been much of that, and maybe there will be more as they try to enforce the rules a little bit more. But yeah, there's just been kind of a little rash of events, I guess.
Yeah,
FAA.
These things are ever evolving, and so technology is always going to outpace legislation. But in this case, I remember 3 or 4 years ago when I had lunch with another member of the FAA. They actually came and to my door, long story, but they explained to me that, and I asked a similar question, and they used the word intent. Intent is a gray area.
Huge.
Yeah. And it's left up to interpretation, which is, you shouldn't have subjective rules, because then people can interpret them to serve their own needs. But so according to them, if the original hobbyist posted the video but didn't intend to make money with it, then it's on YouTube's platform. Then they can monetize that. And YouTube has more lawyers than average hobbyist. And the FAA too, if it came down to it. So,
officer, I intended to go 65. I don't know why I was 48.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with anything else, so I don't know why it works with the
I didn't
FAA.
intend to stab him 20 times. It just
that's right.
just got away from me. But that's a very good question, and it kind of goes along another question that someone asked, and that is, as far as hobbyists sending me their videos, and then I play them on this channel, which is monetized. And so here's how I interpret it for my own purposes. And this is what I would say in court, Your Honor. That would be covered under my Part 107. Under my umbrella, under my Part 107, because the person that sent it to me didn't intend for it to be monetized. They're just sharing it with me, but then I am playing it and monetizing it.
Yeah, and they're giving you permission to use it. I mean, they're giving you rights to show it.
Right, and that would be basically like a subcontractor.
Yeah.
Because I can, as a Part 107 pilot, have a non-Part 107 person flying my drone.
Right.
So as long as I'm there as the PIC, the pilot in control, they can fly my drone, and then I can use the footage that they got with my drone on my channel. It's all, the FAA isn't going after people, just to let you know. There's not FAA police. The only way people get caught doing anything is somebody reports them.
Right.
and they have to follow up because they're a government agency.
I without getting into too much detail, I got in a little bit of trouble, not believing someone that posted a video, and I did end up apologizing because I was wrong, because the FAA did contact him, but I really have a very difficult time believing that the FAA is going down in their studio or their office or whatever and hopping on YouTube and searching drone videos and just sitting there watching to make sure that people aren't breaking the rules.
They're not.
Absolutely do not believe that one second. But somebody may be watching and say, hey, this person's flying, 3,000-4,000 feet away. And then now I see him flying over people, and now I see him flying at night. I think somebody should do something. And then they're calling. And so I think definitely we're seeing more people reporting people. And because there's a lot of, people policing the world around them out there recently. And with drones being in the media more, we're seeing that more. So I think we're going to see more of that, especially as remote ID rolls out. And if it allows access to pilot location and all the information to the general public.
Yeah.
We're going to see a ton of it, because they're going to be calling the police every other day.
Yeah. They're going to be overwhelmed with it. As an agency, they're going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, for sure.
But like you said, they're not going after people, but just keep this in mind. If you're doing something wrong and then posting it, you're making evidence available.
Yeah, you're putting yourself at risk if you're doing something flagrantly wrong. If you're making an honest mistake and you just happen to fly over a vehicle one time and then just realize that I probably shouldn't do that. I mean, that's okay. But if you're out there all the time doing something that is obviously breaking a rule or many rules, and you're posting it, it's probably going to get seen by someone who's going to report it.
Yeah. So, no agency likes to be taunted. And the FAA, in my experience, and I've had some experience with them, they will call you and they'll be nice. Hey, what's up? Somebody said you did this. I'm like, well, you can explain yourself. They're not going to be like, they're not going to cuff you and stuff you. They're going to talk to you. You will get a warning. You'll get another warning. You'll get another warning. It is a pain in the ass for them to go after someone and get litigious with them. They don't want to do it.
Their job is to educate and just reach out and make sure that people know the rules. I mean, their job is also to enforce, but they don't want to do that if they don't have to. And I mean, sometimes their arm's going to be forced to enforce the rules, but I think their overall purpose is to educate the public on how things are supposed to be done. So,
they're very much like someone who's trying to dance the razor's edge between consumers and business and the government. They've got to keep it all in balance, because consumers are getting mad about oh, you're flying over, you're filming my girlfriend, and then the business are like, well, we want to send tube socks over to so they're trying to make everybody happy, and they're really, they do some dumb stuff. I won't say that they don't. I will not say that there's not some uninformed people within the agency. But for the most part, the people that are dealing with the general public that I've dealt with, for the most part, like Johnny Victory, have been nice and personable and very helpful. Now, it's very much, and I know you can hear that train. I know you can hear that train going by.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Man, that freight train sounds like a tornado. It's very much like when you get pulled over by a cop. If you're like, I wasn't speeding, what are you doing? You blind? Get the hell out of here, then you're gonna get a ticket,
But if you ignore them and don't look at them and don't respond to them,
right? Then you'll get more cops behind you. So just be nice, go with the flow. They've got a lot of stuff coming up. Man, I hope they back down with that remote ID stuff. Did you hear about the
300?
Yes. Tell us a little bit more about what you heard about that.
It's all rumors, and no one's I don't know where that originally came from. I saw it on Twitter for the first time, but God, who did say that? Someone stated that they think that they're going to allow 300 feet and below, no remote ID required. And so if that's the case, it's a win in one way. It's a loss in another way for hobbyists because they're taking away 100 feet from us. But personally, I mean, how I feel, 300 feet is plenty of height for me. And if I can avoid remote ID by staying under 300 feet and not letting the general public know where I am, then I will do it. I mean, I'm happy because that, to me, that is the ultimate, the worst part of the whole thing is allowing, Sally to see where I'm at. And,
yes.
And come and confront me or to have, someone come and steal my stuff or beat me up or whatever, that a lot of those fears are, unwarranted. Most people are not going to come and beat you up and take your stuff, but it's going to happen. I mean,
oh, sure. Anything that can happen will happen.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think it was XJet who mentioned this for the first time, which is strange because he's in New Zealand.
Yeah, but he really he keeps track of our FAA rules a lot. So I don't know.
Well, the FAA does influence other countries. We set precedent for countries like New Zealand, Australia, the UK, and places like that. But as far as the 300 goes, I'd be okay with it as long as if you wanted to, if you needed to, for your business as a Part 107.
Yes.
If you need to breach that, then you would go through a few hoops, like, I don't know, Lance, or requesting permission, or letting if I had to let people know where I was for the brief time I was going to be 300 and above, that's cool. This would be great for the FPV community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. But, all right. Well, is there any other thoughts there, Ashley? Thanks for your contribution.
Yeah, definitely. I think 300. I would also stick to that if that meant that I did not have to do the thing that you mentioned, Russ. Thank you for asking.
All right, and once again,
nice. I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
Well, I posted a couple things on Twitter about if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me at 51Drones on Twitter. But one thing that I found on there was, another drone channel did an interview with an FAA representative saying that if you post media on if you post aerial footage on social media, that it would be required to have a Part 107. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. And everyone it was a big uproar, and no, that's not true. It's not in furtherance of business, blah, blah, blah. And according to this agent, that is how it is. And so I just emailed the FAA, and I got a response from FAA Steve, and he said, yeah, James is right. If you're going to post on social media, then you're giving up control of your content, and therefore it can be used for commercial purpose. Therefore, it should be Part 107. Well, then one of my followers sent me a message saying, well, I asked the same question to FAA Steve, and here's my response. And Steve's response was the opposite. No, if your intent is to just fly around and get recreational footage, then it is not Part 107. It's recreational. So now this could be a different FAA Steve.
One hand doesn't know what the other is doing. That's
exactly.
That's the problem.
Communicate.
This stuff is so new and ever evolving. But I choose to listen to the person with whom I agree. I'll just say,
exactly.
Well, hey, Steve said.
Second Steve said.
So there you go.
No, Steve is the right person. Absolutely.
But if this ever gets set in stone, that Russ from 51Drones will let you know on his Instagram. What is your Instagram again?
At 51Drones. Everything's at 51Drones. TikTok at 51Drones. So.
You have a TikTok?
Oh my God! Check it out, Ashley. Come on.
Yeah, man. He does Dance Dance Revolution on there. Is that game people are still playing?
How massive TikTok is? I mean, overnight sensations. Like, I don't understand. Like, the demographic that we serve, TikTok is not their deal. They they shy away because it's teenagers dancing to music. It's not. It is 100% not. You will see what you want to see on TikTok. It will show you things that you enjoy. And
Yeah,
things that
yeah. But
teenagers.
But
No buts. Yeah, you see buts.
But
what?
It's all vertical video, and I want to shoot myself when I see it.
Okay. You'll be fine.
No, I can't
It's
stand it.
Another way to market.
I'm getting triggered just thinking about it.
And
Yep.
it's fun.
Russ, you?
Russ, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you so
I
much.
just followed you on TikTok, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Make sure you comment and like everything.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. Before we let you go, would you like to play a round of Would You Ride It?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. This is a Dutch company, and they've created the PAL V flying car. Have you seen this thing?
Have not.
Check this out. Let me know in the chat if you would ride it. This is the PAL V. It can carry 2 victims, I mean passengers. It can go 100 miles an hour in car mode, 112 miles an hour in plane mode. It has a range of just over 300 miles, and you can reserve yours today for just $400,000.
Oh.
So, the PAL V. How would you like to die in something called the PAL V? I don't know. I notice how we're a minute into the video and it's not flying yet. I'm just not confident. Jimmy J says he'd ride it. Jimmy J! Ashley, look at this. That's pretty cool. So I think it's, what do you call these things? It's not a helicopter, but it's like a whirly bird. What do you call it? The hover, the
ultralight?
No, it's not an ultralight. What do they call those?
Looks like an ultralight.
What are they? Somebody in the chat, let me know. What is it called? It's you need forward momentum in order for it to fly because it won't hover. It's come on, what is it? What the hell's it called?
It's a gyro plane?
Gyro, yeah, that's it. It's yeah.
I'd ride it.
I like it. I would ride it.
You would ride it, Russ?
Short, yeah.
I certainly would.
But you have children to live for. I don't know. I just wouldn't. Gyrocopter. Thanks, everybody. He's doing it now. Stingray. Yep. An auto rotor. Is that what it is? Means? An auto rotor? Is that what it is? Gyrocopter? Anyway, it's something that Go Gadget would turn into. Here's an ancient reference for you. So, yeah, I'm just, I don't, I'm a hard no on that. It looks weird. I ain't riding it. It don't look like no aeroplane or heliocopter I've ever seen. You have rednecks in North Dakota?
Oh, no.
No?
Mm-hmm.
No rednecks up there in North Dakota?
Oh, no. Absolutely no rednecks. Oh, no.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah, we got a lot of rednecks.
Do a thick North Dakota accent for us. Come on. I know you can put one on.
I thought I talked with a thick North Dakota accent. But
there you go. That's good.
Just got to get a little bit closer to Canada, and then we go up and have some poutine, go up and have some caramel.
That's awesome. So
that's for real what y'all sound like up there?
That's what a lot of people sound like. Yeah, we talk like this. It's got a little bit of Canadian and a little bit of Native American accent in there. So, yeah.
It's a Madian. Well, Russ, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Always
it.
Fun.
Good luck with your channel. Everybody subscribe because very soon he will have more subscribers than me, and then I'll be jealous and angry. But until then, thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you.
Bye, Russ.
All right.
Bye.
See you, man. How about that guy?
I like Russ. He's a cool dude.
He's got a great voice. It's very soothing.
It really is.
It's like
the way he has a blurry background is like.
Yeah, he's got a very calming way about him.
Yeah.
If you're ever in a crisis, you want Russ there to be like, no, everything's gonna be all right.
And I'd be like, you know what, Russ, you're so right. Everything is okay.
Mm-hmm. Just
My
calm
house
down.
is on fire, and that's fine.
Ashley, you really didn't ever know that there was an arrow in the FedEx thing.
I can honestly tell you that I've never looked at FedEx more than like 5 seconds.
Have you ever seen the smile on the Amazon logo?
No way.
We could play this game all day. And they have an arrow as well. You've seen that, right?
I've seen the arrow.
Okay, do you know what that is?
The arrow?
Yeah, you know what it means?
No.
It means they have everything from A to Z.
Oh my God.
Mind blown.
That is brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, guess what time it is?
A to Z. That is so smart. What time is it, Ken? I'm sorry.
It's time for Ashley's Real Gross Nature Clip. It's oh so gross. It's oh so gross. It's oh so very gross. Now, if you're new to the stream, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it very, very much. Ashley has a Jim Carrey face. It's very rubber, very animated.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
She can't hide her emotions, nor should she hide her emotions. So when she sees something very cute, she'll do this. And when she sees something horrifying, she'll do this. So this is a game where I show a clip from nature. It's just nature. And
nature.
If Ashley can stay awake for the game and not make a face,
all right,
then let's see, what was the prize? Gold brick, my car, Henry, and
Henry?
Yeah, Henry, and
this empty Truly can.
And my DNA from your choice of places. Dealer's choice. But no, the real prize will be Freewell filters from freewellgear.com. Thank you so much, Freewell Gear, for being a sponsor. We really do appreciate it. And they've got a lot of great stuff on their website, freewellgear.com. All right? So let me see if I can get this set up. Yeah, so I'm going to go on.
Joe said, ooh, please don't do that again. What, did this?
You know what? The picture comes up whenever you call me, and that is going to be it.
No.
Hey, everybody grab this picture right now and make it their screensaver.
Make it a meme.
Yeah, meme this for next time. Meme it up. I'm going to post this on Instagram.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ashley's nature clip.
Wait, do I need to pick someone?
Yes. And now we do pick me, pick me, pick me. All right. Pick me in the chat. Ashley will pick someone. And it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that has access to the red pick me things. Those are members. So if you see those in there, those are members. You can pick from them or not. It's up to you, Ashley. Don't say the name of the person you picked. We'll reveal that at the end. But right now, this is for the Freewell filters. A pick me, as we're about to gross Ashley the heck out. Did you pick someone?
Yep, I got him.
All right. All right, you can stop saying pick me. And now, Ashley's nature clip. Enjoy. It's one of my family members.
A heron.
Yep.
Why do they sit like that? Look at his legs.
Because they're cool. But I think he's hungry. And he's going over to the little duckies. Oh, no.
No!
And Mama Duck is pissed. Oh. Oh, I know. It's just nature, Ashley. It's just nature. Boy, that Mama Duck is mad. Not mad enough to actually pounce on the heron, but pretty mad. And then you can see it wiggling in the throat. Oh wait, there's another one. And what you do with what do you do with your duck nuggets? Well, you have to dip them in the sauce. Ashley is not okay. Watch this one. Look, head first. Dip them in the sauce. You can't get it down your gullet unless you dip it in the sauce. Look at the little feet.
You swallow it already!
His little feet are like... Gunk. And then he's wiggling in his throat. Your thoughts, Ashley?
That mama duck was so upset.
Yeah. Okay, so Ashley couldn't get through that without making a face. But are you gonna be all right? Do you need a hug? Do you need more alcohol? What do you need, Ashley? Did that make you sad?
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be sadder if the heron couldn't eat, if the heron starved?
F that guy.
All right, who won? Who won the contest?
Who won? I had it pulled up. Where is it? It is Wild SRV.
Wild SRV, congratulations. You got some free well filters. Make sure you email me here at kenheronupload@gmail.com and remind me of what you won. Okay, now this stream is going way long, so let's make sure that and I forgot to say goodbye in Polish.
How do you say it?
Yeah, the goodbye in Polish is do widzenia. What a wacky language. Anyway, we did that. All right. How about the viewer video of the week? And then we'll let you, because you got the yawns.
I'm tired.
And when I see you yawn, you make me yawn.
I've been up since 4:30. I'm exhausted.
Are you out partying all the time? Crazy girl. No?
No, because of the COVIDs.
Oh, right. Hey, Ashley, have you ever gone mudding?
I do love me some mud, and you get right there on that there four-wheeler, and you be rolling so fast through that mud be flying everywhere. You gotta be riding with your mouth closed, though, because you don't want a mouthful of mud.
Who doesn't like the mudding?
I love me some mud.
Congratulations to Tom Pepin TV, the winner of the viewer video of the week. Hey, Ken, these guys are meeting a couple weekends in a row. If you can't get a chance to come out and fly, this was a blast. And yes, my drone got a little mud on it. It's the viewer video of the week from Tom Pepin. Enjoy.
Oh, I'm excited.
You know, buried deep in there are some crushed up Bud Light cans and Copenhagen bags.
Absolutely.
Emmylou's bras off in there somewhere.
Look at that dude's goatee.
You get mud on your goatee, you're having a good day.
Honestly, yeah.
That dude's just stuck.
It happens sometimes.
That's some good tracking shots with the drone. Dust and mud. He's still out there.
Is he twerking? Is this a Cardi B video?
He's twerking.
Look at that!
Yeah.
Oh.
That was awesome. Thank you very much for sending that in, Tom Pepin TV, and congratulations.
Very cool.
All right. Well, it's time to say goodbye. I guess there's nothing else that we need to do.
Absolutely nothing.
Unless there is. We have not gone into the Raz chamber today. Let's head on in there. Oh dear, yes indeed. I think Ashley might just fall asleep and drown in the Raz.
I hope so.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you miss the warm embrace of the Raz?
It's so comforting.
Isn't it? It's wonderful in here. No
it's
problems.
in my belly button.
Oh yes, you're gonna have some purple belly button lint tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nothing but goodness and warmth and niceness in here. Everything is A-OK.
Yeah.
It's like a gooey, ooey womb.
Oh my God.
But there's one rule. One rule only in here in the Razzie. What's the rule?
Do not fart in the Raz.
Do not fart in the Raz. Ridge Flyer 32, You dirty, dirty bird, you farted in the raspberry flyer. Oh, man. Your mama will be proud of you now. You can put that on your resume.
On your resume.
I don't know.
It's good.
Yeah. I can type 60 words a minute. I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, and I farted in the raz.
Wow. So it says here you farted in the raz. What was that like for you?
It was awesome. When do I start? Awesome. Ashley, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're...
Thank you for having me.
You are a busy and tired YouTuber. Congratulations on all your success.
Oh, thanks.
There's a link in the description. You should subscribe to all of Ashley's stuff. What is your Insta?
Awkward Ashley.
Awkward
That's
Ashley.
on my Facebook.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. I guess it's time to say goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you to Ewa from Poland and all the new Polish viewers that we have. Thank you to Russ from 51Drones for clarifying some stuff from the FAA. Thank you, Kelly Green, for hopping on and giving us all COVID. He'll be back next week. And appreciate you, Jeff Sills, as well. All of the new members, thank you so much. All the super chats, you keep us going. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.